Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, source will be in front of us. It's what I call the bridge and gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of the New Vision. And keep in mind, it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the King of Cups, Scorpio energy, and Four of Coins, Capricorn energy. So, I can see this playing out a couple different ways. One way this could be playing out could just be saying that you might have had to move away from the connection because you had to put more focus on your careers. For others of you, it could just be saying that, potentially because you didn't want to really deal with the feelings for this person, you might have distracted yourself by moving toward putting more focus toward your career. But either way, what I would say with that is it looks like in the process of doing so might not have worked out anyway, as far as it looks like. If we look at the artwork here, we see her holding on to the pentacles, right? But then we see that figure in the background. It doesn't look like they're physically in the room with her, but to me that says that, okay, this person probably was still on your mind anyway, even if you did have a lot of focus on your career. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Two of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, and if we just look at the body language alone, right, his back is turned to this person's back as well. So I could just be saying that maybe both of you were pulled away from the connection for various reasons. This person possibly might have moved away or had some travel opportunities. But yeah, looks like there could have been possibly a physical split, but also at the very least it looks like an emotional split to where you guys might have been pulled away. Now, it could have been forces outside of the connection that caused it rather than the connection itself. But yeah, it looks like there was definitely a pulling apart of the energies in the past. Present energy on your side, we have contemplation, which is the equivalent of the Hermit in traditional tarot, and power, which is the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot. So Virgo and Aries energy here. Now, in a way, I view this as a continuation of what we were talking about in the past, where it could just be saying you might still be thinking about this person quite often. And with the power energy, it could just be saying that due to that, you might actually be more open to communicating with this person and possibly seeing if you could get the connection off the ground. Now, timeline-wise, for some of you, this could just point to the fact that Jupiter is going to move into Aries in May, and that's your third house communication. So that might actually help you gather up the energy to actually have that discussion with this person. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Six of Cups. So yeah, this energy does tend to point to reconciliation quite often. This is Scorpio energy here as well. So yeah, this could just be saying that possibly around the time when we have that full moon eclipse in Scorpio, you guys might actually end up reconnecting. But yeah, this is definitely a lighthearted energy, right? It could even represent extending an olive branch if you guys did have a falling out in the past. So yeah, at the very least, this kind of has an energy of a peace offering at the very least. All right, in the near future position, we have the Six of Arrows. So this is actually Aquarius energy here. And usually this represents restoring peace, right? Moving to calmer waters. And I will say it doesn't necessarily feel like this is moving away from the connection again, because especially with the artwork in this deck, she's at least somewhat moving toward that direction, right? So yeah, this could just be saying that, like I said, you guys might have been pulled apart in the past for whatever reason. Looks like you still are on each other's minds in the present. Looks like you guys might have some discussions around that, and at a minimum, it looks like there will be peace restored within the connection. All right, and near future energy on their side, we have the Four of Swords. So this is another energy that could point to healing as well. So yeah, like I said, at a minimum, it doesn't look like it's super romantic energies in the future, right? But at the very least, it looks like whatever happens with you guys in the present, at the very least restores the peace within the connection. And in a way, maybe that's all the connection needed, right? If you guys were pulled apart for different things, possibly on each other's minds, but not actually communicating, looks like reopening those lines of communication will put things in a better place between the two of you. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So more Aries energy here. And again, since this is your house of communication, and we also see her pointing in the direction, well, facing in the direction, I should say, of the cards on the side. Looks like there's definitely some openness on your part, some passion toward this person. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Ten of Swords. So definitely a darker energy there, right? I mean, the artwork and just the concept in general. But what I see with this could just be saying that whatever they might have been going through as well, looks like it's coming to an end, especially seeing that Four of Swords energy. And I especially wouldn't think it'd be too much of a long-term energy that they're going through, due to the fact that underneath that we actually see the sun. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where they were going through their own separate issues that they had to deal with, and you guys are able to restore that peace, and that should lighten the mood for sure between the two of you. So next we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards. First we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, but what I'm going to be looking for is unspoken messages from you to them, and from them to you. Initially, I'll be looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while without any cards coming up, I'll just put the deck down and pull a card that way. Let's see what we get. All right, got one there. And next, we'll see what we get from, oh, this one doesn't want to go back in the deck, so kind of quick. But yeah, let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have thoughts. And kind of focus. There we go. It says, I've been in my head about you constantly. So yeah, that clearly points to, at a minimum, what we were talking about in the past and present energy. So not too surprising to see that come up there. And on their side, we have intensity. It says, the feelings I have for you overwhelm me, so I run away to process them. Interesting message there too, because that might point to what we were seeing with that Two of Wands energy that we see in the past. Or like I said, it definitely looked like you guys were being pulled away for some reason in the past. So for some of you, that might have been what it was, right? Maybe they did feel that intense pull toward you and might have had to pull away to process that, possibly because they had their own things that they were still dealing with too, right? And then that could point to them moving past that energy now and being able to restore the peace within the connection. So pretty positive messages there. But lastly, let's see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this one as well. But here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. All right, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see what we got here. Okay, we have Clean It Up. There's the artwork, and the number is 21. Okay, it says, getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The Oracle's message, ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of way natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So yeah, pretty positive message there. I will say, if anything, it might be the person more on this side here that could have been going through more of an energy like that. So for those of you who resonated more with this energy, hopefully it resonated. And the relationship message says, time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street, and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can float through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So yeah, pretty positive message there. So yeah, like I said, it looks like, especially on this side, but also on your side too, given that we see the Six of Arrows, looks like you guys might both be processing some things, and it looks like there's definitely a lot of potential for the connection to get back on track. So hoping it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.